All right, students, this is sort 8 in the blue book, and we're looking at the suffixes ment, less, and ness. So let's take a look at those. Ment is a word that is added to noun, I meant verbs, in order to create a noun. Now remember, a verb is an action. For example, pay means to give somebody money for something, or something else. For typically money, though, in exchange for another thing. But when we add ment to the word, like in payment, it's the noun. It's the actual money that we are giving. The act of doing it, which is a noun, such as I made my car payment. All right, then our next one is ness and less. And the reason I put these together for a second is because they both create a noun out of an adjective. So an adjective is a describing word, and when we add these on it, it makes it into a noun. For example, ness is going to make something into a state of being. For example, lazy. Lazy is an adjective, but when we add laziness, it makes it a noun. That means, kind of like a state of being, how they are. And then when we add less, it means without. So our word is breath, and then we add les, and it makes it breathless. This is actually, I think I may have said these backwards. They're relating these two, but the less is actually going to change a noun into an adjective. So let me clarify that. Breath is a noun, but breathless is an adjective. Here, lazy is the adjective, and this whole thing is a noun. So I guess these both they are actually opposite one another. They flip these. But you can see that they relate a noun and an adjective together. So I'm going to back up and let you look at that for a second. Okay, so if we're continuing on, though, there's a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. First of all, one of our words is priceless, which is kind of interesting because it actually means without price. But we don't use the word typically to mean something that's worthless, rather something that's so valuable that we can't put a price on it. That's how the meaning has evolved over time. We also have a couple words that end with lessness. So got erased. For example, powerlessness. And power is a noun. When we add less, it makes an adjective. And then when we add ness, it turns it back into a noun. So this literally means without power as our state of being. And it goes from a noun to an adjective, a noun. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Lastly, if we're looking at our words, we do need to be aware that the Y to I rule applies. So if it ends with a Y, when we're adding these endings, it's going to turn into an I, such as in laziness. But if it doesn't end in a Y, we can just add the ending like in hopeless. So those are our rules. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way so we can actually do our sort now. As far as sorting the words, it goes pretty quickly because the endings are different. But again, you look at the meaning of the word, so it's important to keep that in mind, that you're really understanding those meanings. Okay, powerlessness and actually fearlessness are actually going to be their own category this week, even though we don't have a set heading. And that's simply because there's both less and ness. Okay, so we have laziness, employment, tactless, politeness, replacement, priceless, flawless, friendless, friendliness, payment, breathless, punishment, agreement, dizziness, thoughtless, fruitless. Remember to be reading your words while you do it, students. Saltiness, hopeless, amusement, emptiness, blindness, government, and we have a blank one. Yeah. So here's your final sort. Again, so we can take a look at these and see employ or replace our verbs, but when we add the ment, it turns it into a noun. And then less, when we add that, it takes like a noun, price, and makes it a adjective, like priceless or flawless. And then when we have ness, it takes an adjective and turns it into a noun. Just to clarify, this one turns a noun into an adjective. These turn adjectives into nouns. And that is sort 8. Don't forget to copy down your correct sort.